Welcome back. This is our third week English lesson, and I hope you remember we looked at indirect speech, and before we start to practice indirect speech again, I want you to look at the solutions from last lesson. So I want you to press stop and check all your exercises from last lesson now. Then let's go on. So we talked about indirect speech, and it's also called reported speech because we needed to report what someone said. Yeah, and we want to have a look at some example sentences here together. So please write down the sentences in your exercise book. Also use some colors to make sure that you got all the grammar correctly here. So the task is to change the following sentences from direct speech to reported speech. Pay attention to the verb forms. So first sentence, Marcus plays the drums in a band. You can see I already marked it in yellow. Plays a simple present. And the direct speech or reported speech sentence is she said that, in brackets, you can leave it out, he played the drums in a band. So simple present changes to simple past. I hope you remember the picture I showed you last lesson. Yeah, backshift of tenses in indirect speech. And you can see simple present turns into simple past. And you can always look at this drawing. It might help you to find the correct tense. Okay, I'm going to put this back here. So then, let's go on with some more sentences. So there are 5 more sentences given to you here in direct speech. I want you to press stop now, write down the direct speech sentence and also the indirect speech sentence. Yeah, and please also use the colors similar to what I did. You can use other colors, but please mark the verbs in the sentences and also write down the tense. Yeah, simple present, simple past, and the other tense. So copy these sentences and write down the correct indirect speech sentences. And I'm also going to show you this again. I hope it's not too small. It might help. So please press stop and write down all the sentences. Then I'm going to go to the next slide, which gives us the solutions to these sentences. So let me put a curtain because it's a bit irritating. So first sentence, I learned to ski last year. Learned, simple past, and the indirect sentence, he told me that he had learned to ski the year before. Yeah, last year changes to the year before, and you see simple past turns into past perfect. Yeah, you can see in our diagram again, simple past turns into past perfect. So, second sentence. I've never eaten sushi. That's present perfect. Have never eaten, present perfect. Indirect speech. He said that he had never eaten sushi. That's past perfect. Present perfect turns into past perfect. William's studying to be a doctor. William is studying, present progressive. And the reported speech sentence, she told me that William was studying to be a doctor. That's past progressive. Yeah? Present progressive turns into past progressive. Good. And next sentence. I will lend you my book. will future, will plus infinitive, yeah, turns into Ella said that she would lend me her book. So will turns into would plus infinitive. And the last one, my parents are going to buy a new car. That's present progressive again. And reported speech sentence would be, Liam told me that his parents were going to buy a car. So present perfect turns into past, present progressive turns into past progressive. That's it. So these sentences just gave you an overview about most of the tenses we always use in indirect speech. So then let's go on. We have to practice. So your first task is this one here. Number 8, a phone call from Dover. So after they had arrived in Dover, Miss Woodruff called a friend. What did she tell him? Put her sentences into indirect speech. So that's what she said on the phone. Yeah? And I want you now to write down the indirect speech sentences, yeah, in your exercise book. So please press stop and write down the sentences here. You don't have to copy the direct speech, only the indirect speech in your exercise book. Then we go on, and I want you to compare or check with the solution. Yeah. I'm not going to read this out now. Please press stop and check with the solution, and please mark all your mistakes and be careful with the personal and possessive pronouns here. Good, then let's go on. That's something new today. So as you already found out in other sentences, the ones we practiced before, also times and places have to change in indirect speech. So this table is in German, but this doesn't matter. You can copy this table also in German in your grammar files, and I'm just going to read this out for you. So, wenn sich die indirekte Rede auf eine Aussage aus der Vergangenheit bezieht, musst du oft auch die Zeit- und Ortsangaben verändern. So you can see lots of examples here. So for example, today changes to that day. Yesterday changes to the day before, and so on and so on. This evening changes to that evening. Yeah, you have to learn these phrases. So, and we have to look at 2 examples here. So that's Steve on the phone to his mom, direct speech. France is great and I'm having a fantastic time here, mom. I'm really happy because yesterday I won both of my races. So, and then Steve's mom is going to talk to Steve's grandmom 2 days later, and she reports what he actually said on the phone. So she says, Steve told me that France was great, is turns to was, and he was having a fantastic time there. I'm having a fantastic time here turns into he was having a fantastic time there. So in the second sentence, I'm really happy. He said he was really happy. And the last part, because yesterday I won both of my races, because the day before, so yesterday turns to the day before, he had won both of my races. Simple past turns to past perfect. Okay, so please copy this table into your grammar files. Then let's practice. So I want you now to look into your textbooks, page 99, number 3. Steve's latest post. So you are a friend of Steve's. While he was in France with the athletics team, he wrote his post, a post on the internet. A few days later, you tell a friend about it. Look at the sentences with the words in green. Yeah, only the sentences with the words in green. Report them to your friend. Change the words in green to the words below. The words below are the words in yellow here. Then explain why you need to do this. So the beginning is given, yeah, and it says Steve wrote a post a few days ago. He said that he was having a really good time there. So here changes to there, and you can use there another time. Okay, so now go on with this sentence and with today, and write down only the sentences with the green words in your exercise book, in your folder, and change the green words to the yellow ones. Okay, and please press stop now, because in a second I'm going to show you the solution. So again, please press stop and check with this solution. So only the sentences where the words were colored green. And the reason why: you need to change these words when you report something on a different day or in a different place than when or where it was said. So then let's go on. And these are the tasks I want you to do on your own now. So the first one is in your textbook, page 100, number 5A and 5B. 5B is actually a teamwork, partner work, but I want you to do this task on your own, please, and write down the situations in your exercise book. And then I want you to print. If you have a printer, please print this worksheet you find in your ISERF folder. Or if you can't print, then please write down the sentences from this worksheet and answer these tasks. So I guess you have lots of time to do this now, and next Monday I'm going to ask some of you again for pictures, and I also try to answer your mails and give you some hints, some ideas, also change some sentences and help you a bit. Okay, so send questions, also problems and likes in our messenger. I guess all of you are able to do this now. So have a nice week and also a nice weekend, and then see you on Monday. Bye bye.